Hello everyone, I'm David Montoya with a look at 58 sports and weather. There's a lot of action in the major leagues, so let's get right to the scoreboard. The Giants won in a dramatic fashion as Chili Davis cracked a 3-run homer in the ninth to down the Astros 3-1. The A's, though, could be on the way to their 9th straight loss. They're tied with the Rangers 1-all in the 7th. Other finals include the Mets over the Pirates 6-5, the Phillies nipped Montreal 2-1. It was Atlanta over the Reds 3-2, and the Cubs split a doubleheader with the Cardinals. In the American League, Cleveland crushed the Twins 11-2. Boston over Milwaukee 5-3. The Yanks defeated the Orioles 3-1, and Detroit over Toronto 10-5. And finally, don't forget tomorrow and Sunday, the Magoo Invitational Motocross takes place at Prairie City OHV in Sacramento to raise money for Danny Chandler. Chandler was injured in Paris last year and is now a quadriplegic. Expected participants include many of the major pro riders in the U.S. like David Bailey and Johnny O'Mara. Action starts tomorrow at 8 a.m. with tickets available at all major ticket outlets as well as at the gate. Come on out and support a great cause. Weather for Stockton and Modesto fair tonight. Sunny tomorrow with temps in the 80s, and for Sacramento, high clouds will keep the temps near 80 after after lows tonight in the mid 50s. That's sports and weather. I'll have more for you next hour on 58.
This really could be your backyard when you
bring your job to Diamond.
From a simple 8x10-foot starter deck package to wherever your imagination takes you, Diamond Lumber is where your beautiful backyard begins. We'll give you free design help, great prices on lumber, top values on tools, and fencing. You can do it. All you need is your nearby Diamond Lumber.
Just bring your job to Diamond. We'll bring out the builder in you.
Hello everyone, I'm David Montoya with a 58 After News Brief. As South Africa's government tightens its grip on its people, there's been more world condemnation on this new state of emergency. Holland and Norway are planning to use trade weapons to punish the white minority government, and Italy has added its voice to those denouncing what it terms the repressive order of the state of emergency. 8 blacks have been killed since police were given sweeping arrest powers, and more than 1,000 people have been taken into custody. New York Congressman Jack Kemp, who's a potential Republican presidential candidate, has told the National Right to Life Committee meeting in Denver he wants to end tax deductions for medical expenses that involve abortion. Across town at the National Organization for Women meeting, NOW President Eleanor Smeal charged that there's constant terror because of harassment and bombings at clinics that perform abortions. Greece has replaced its law which made all abortions a criminal offense with one providing an abortion at the government's expense to any woman who wants one. The old law passed in 1950 had rarely been enforced. A federal judge today said U.S. immigration officials can't bar aliens from working while fighting deportation. A lawyer involved in the case says the ruling affects thousands of people who could spend years on bond awaiting hearings on whether they have to leave the U.S. And finally tonight, does it pay to be a stunt person? That question could be answered yes and no by Heidi Von Beltz. Von Beltz was awarded $4.5 million when a Los Angeles jury found Hal Needham negligent. The court also found Von Beltz partially at fault when she didn't demand a seatbelt in a car chase scene for Cannonball Run. Von Beltz was paralyzed standing in for Farrah Fawcett. And that's news at 58 After. I'll have more next hour for you on 58.
Buying a car for myself is a new experience, but I'm not a fool. And frankly, I don't appreciate being treated like one. Then why is it car salesmen insist on trying to intimidate me with a lot of numbers and fast talk?
We agree with you, and that's why I capped Oldsmobile. You'll never be pressured. I won't tolerate it from any employee. If you have any problems, get the salesperson's name and call me personally at 427-3200.
At Capital Oldsmobile, you'll get the best price, service, and selection, and that's a promise from Bill Suey.
Hello everyone, I'm David Montoya with a final look at 58 sports and weather for Friday the 13th. Tomorrow is the 27th annual Golden West Track Invitational to be held at Sacramento State University. Some of the best male high school seniors in the country will participate. Action starts around 4 p.m. with tickets available at the gates for $5 apiece. Wrapping up California baseball scores for you on this Friday night shows the Giants downing the Astros 3-1 as Chili Davis homered in the ninth. The Dodgers got by San Diego 6-2. Kansas City is crushing California 9-0. And the A's in Texas are tied 1-1 in the 8th. And one score to report for you from Stockton. The Stockton Ports had no problem with the Salina Spurs as the Ports swept a doubleheader 10-0 and 7-4. Taking a look at weather for Stockton and Modesto. Sunny skies with highs in the 80s for tomorrow. For Sacramento, we can expect a partly cloudy day with highs near 80. That's a final look at sports and weather. Join me for a final look at news at 58 after. Have a good night.
A good thing just got better in Sacramento. Sunrise Chrysler Plymouth is now under the proud ownership of Mr. Bill Suey.
I'm pleased to be the new owner of Sunrise Chrysler Plymouth, the largest volume Chrysler dealership in Northern California.
We're celebrating by discounting our entire inventory of 500 new Chryslers and Plymouths, all of which we intend to sell in May.
A good thing just got better at Sunrise Chrysler Plymouth.
Remember, all cars sold at Sunrise Chrysler Plymouth are backed by the Bill Suey promise for best price, service, and selection.